Hi yogis, Emmy here. Today I'd like to do a 15-minute stretch session. This will work on some flexibility, some overall health, and just make you feel good in your body. Let's sit facing the side of our mat. Take our legs out wide. Try to sit tall on your mat, keeping your spine straight and lowering your shoulders away from your ears. Let's take the left arm up and over, creating a side stretch in your body. Now inhale up and let's stretch to the other direction. Inhale up. Now let's twist, pressing your hand into your knee, turning your gaze over behind you. Exhale, release. Take your other hand to your opposite knee and stretch, pressing into your knee, turning your gaze behind you. Exhale, release. Now let's walk the hands forward, stopping at any point you feel too much tension in your legs. You want to discern for yourself. Think about the sensations. Think if you need more sensation. Or if you're having too much, you don't want it to hurt, but you do want to be able to feel it. Now press into the ground. Walk your hands to the right or the left. We'll do the opposite leg next. Now walk your hands to the opposite leg. Leaning forward towards your leg. Great. Now walk your hands center. Let's bring our legs towards the front of the mat. Bring them together. Sit up tall. Flex those toes. Inhale your arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands back up your legs. Now let's take the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale your arms up and lean forward, stretching into your right leg. Take your left hand, place it on the mat behind you, creating a kickstand. Take your right arm and swirl it around above your head, lifting your hips up into stargazer. Turn your gaze up towards the stars. Now exhale, release your hips back down. Come back into a forward fold. Inhale, come back up. Place your left hand behind you for a kickstand. Swing your right arm around and up and open. Turning your gaze up, lifting those hips, feeling a stretch in the front of your body. This is actually one of my favorite series. Exhale, release those hips down and forward fold. I've noticed that every time I forward fold, I can get a little bit deeper after doing stargazer. It just feels so good in my body. Press away from the mat. Take your left hand behind you. We'll do stargazer one more time. Inhale those hips up. Turn your gaze up towards the sky. Now exhale, release, and forward fold one last time. Walk those hands back up. Let's take the left foot out and place your right foot on the inside of your left thigh. Now walk your hands forward towards your leg, creating a forward fold. Take your right hand, create a kickstand on the mat behind you. Take your left arm and sway it around in the air, swooshing it up, lifting your hips, turning your gaze to the stars. Exhale, lower those hips. Come back into a forward fold. Take your right hand behind you, kickstand it, sway that left arm around and open, lifting those hips, turning your gaze up. Now exhale, release it down, forward fold. We have one more to go of Stargazer. Take your right hand behind you, kickstand it, lift up into Stargazer. Now exhale, lower down, release it into your forward fold. Notice if you've gotten deeper in your forward folds. Celebrate every little win. Walk your hands back up your body. Let's bring the feet together. Pressing the knees open, sitting tall, straightening your spine. Now gently lean forward into butterfly pose. Sit tall, bring your feet around behind you. Let's come and do some cat-cows. Placing your knees below your hips, your hands below your shoulders. Inhale, turn your gaze up. Lower your stomach, but hold your core in tight. Pull those shoulders away from your ears. Really feel your back muscles doing some good work. And on the exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Pull your spine upward, creating an arch for cat. Inhale, turning your gaze and your tailbone up. Come into cow. Pull that core in tight. Really feel your muscles tensing up, activating. Exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone for cat. Inhale. Lift that gaze, lift that tailbone. Let your stomach dip down low. And exhale one last time for cat. Come to a neutral spine. Walk your hands forward towards the front of the mat. And gently lower your chest down towards the mat for puppy pose. Your hips should be over your knees. You should be able to feel a nice deep stretch in your back, your stomach, maybe even down your legs. Great, now walk your hands back up towards your body. Let's lift those knees for hovering tabletop and step into plank. Check that your hips are in a good alignment. They're not sticking up too high in the air. Just gently rock forward and back in this posture. Notice the sensations you may be feeling. All right, go ahead and pause. Lift your left foot up behind you. Now lower it. Let's lift the right leg up. Lower it. Now take your knees, spread them out wide. Maybe walk your hands a little closer and come into a frog pose. Take a deep breath in this posture. This is a deep hip stretch, but it's also a little bit more calming than plank. So you can take a moment to just catch your breath and relax. Now shift back into plank, maybe walking your hands forward a step. Let's lift that left foot up and release it down. Lift that right foot up. Release it down. Let's shift into downward facing dog this time. Lift your right foot off the mat and step it up into pigeon, making your leg, your shin bone a little bit parallel to the front of the mat. Lower your hips and go ahead and adjust your foot closer to your body if you need to. Go ahead and press your hands into your leg, lifting your chest, turning your gaze up, finding a gentle back bend, and then walk your hands forward towards the front of your mat, lowering down into a deep hip stretch. Press your hands into the mat, walk them back up. Tuck that back toe, lift the knee, and come back into a 3-leg down dog. Lower your right leg, lift your left leg up into the air. Now let's step it up into pigeon. Bring your shin parallel to the front of the mat. Lower that back knee down. Go ahead and adjust your heel closer to your body if you need to for comfort. Take your hands, press them into your leg, lift your chest, turn your gaze up to the sky and find a gentle back bend. Now walk your hands forward and find a deep hip stretch, stopping at any point that you feel too much tension. Really listen to your body and see what it's asking you to do in this posture. Press your hands into the mat, walk them closer to your body. Tuck that back toe, lift the back knee, come into a 3-leg down dog. Lower that foot into downward facing dog. Let's shift back into plank. Lower down all the way to the mat, keeping your elbows in close to your body. Chaturanga arms. Lower all the way down. Go ahead and separate your feet about mat width apart. Take a deep inhale. Press into the mat, straightening those arms. Come into cobra. Pull those shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, down. Take your arms a little further than mat width apart. We'll do a shoulder stretch. Press your hands into the ground, lifting your chest a little. Now exhale, take your right shoulder and try to dip it towards the mat. It doesn't have to touch. The more you do this, the closer it'll get. If it does touch, you can rest your right cheek on the mat. Inhale, pressing your fingertips into the ground, lifting your chest up. Now let's exhale, take that left shoulder towards the mat, left ear down towards the mat. Inhale, pressing away from the ground. Let's do that again. Exhale, take your right shoulder down towards the mat. Your right cheek can touch. Inhale, back up. Now let's exhale and take that left shoulder towards the mat. Inhale, back up, pressing away from the mat. And then lower your chest down to the mat. Take your hands, place them under your shoulders, and let's shift to child's pose. You can press your elbows into the mat, take your hands and put them in prayer pose, and bring it up to the back of your head. Take one deep inhale and exhale out all the tension. Lower your hands down to the mat. Come back up. And let's come to a seated posture. Maybe you like to bring your feet together in butterfly one more time. Sit up tall. Take your left hand towards your right knee. Gently press into it and find a spinal twist, holding as you turn your gaze behind you. Exhale, release. Take your hand to the opposite knee and twist towards the other direction. Turn your gaze behind you. Release. Now walk your hands forward. Finding one more forward fold. Walk your hands back up. Thank you for doing this nice, gentle daily stretch with me today. I hope you enjoyed.